Whoa, 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 whoa. Tennis rules don't apply here. This is pickleball. So coming from tennis to pickleball, the biggest things that I see tennis players struggle with are being at the kitchen line, being comfortable dinking, taking the ball out of the air, volleying, just short swings. Everything in tennis are these really big swings. So having that compact swing, and then when we're at that baseline, being comfortable with the finesse and getting up to that kitchen line without trying to overhit it. Sometimes they'll do that by taking a step back, sometimes by taking too big of a swing. The reason I know these things, I was there coming from tennis myself. I've probably done most, if not all of these mistakes too. All right, before we get into dinking, the most important thing that I want you guys to take away from this video, if you are a new pickleball convert from tennis, is shorten up those swings. Tennis players, you have those big motions, and in pickleball, the court's smaller, reaction times are quicker, so the more we can keep things compact, the easier it's gonna be. Now that feeds into the dinking here. When we're dinking, tennis players have these big kind of full swings, and that gets us into trouble because it's tougher to control and we're more likely to pop it up. Where if we can keep a shorter swing, keep that ball out in front of us, it's gonna be a lot easier. Now you can see when I'm dinking here, my swings are very compact. I'm keeping this kind of knee on my forehand as a good barometer of how big my backswing is. For those players that take a huge backswing, you can kind of use that to check it in. Sometimes I will take it outside here, but if I keep it in here, at least I know my backswing is compact. See there, I kind of hit my knee. That was me trying to take too big of a backswing, so that's a great indicator and training tool to keep that swing compact. Secondly, some things that people forget on the tennis court is letting that ball drop a little bit when we're dinking. A lot of times I see people in a rush trying to take it on the rise or at the apex, and it makes it a lot more challenging to get this ball to control it. When I let this drop onto my paddle, I'm able to get a little bit more shape and move that ball around a lot easier while still keeping it in that kitchen. All right, now we're gonna get into those volleys. When we're at the kitchen, I like to call it the non-volley zone for players when they're starting out, because I see so many people afraid to step in on a shorter dink. So what we're gonna be looking at here is when to take that ball out of the air, keeping those swings compact on the volleys. A tennis player's natural move is to take a step back when they can take it out of the air. So see here how I'm kind of off the line and looking to speed up. This is what I see a lot of tennis players who come into pickleball, where they're content just trying to fire away a step off the baseline. I definitely did this myself a little bit at the start as well, but finding that offense, leaning forward and being at that kitchen line. So those ones that I took out of the air were the same ones that I was taking a step back before. And so it's just being comfortable looking for offense at this kitchen line. Having this forward lean, a lot of times in tennis, we're taught to take a step back to go through it. And in pickleball, the more we can take time away, the more effective we're gonna be, and the easier we're gonna find offense and when to attack. So when I take these big swings, I'm losing time to react to that next ball. When I'm volleying here, if I take a big swing, I'm not able to recover in time. And so looking at a big swing, the two things are the backswing and the follow through. A lot of times people are like, hey, I'm not taking a big swing because they are like, I'm stopping here. But in reality, it could be their backswing as well. So shortening up the backswing and the follow through allows us to be ready for that next ball. All right, so we talked about shortening those swings on the volleys. This is a great drill to get faster hands. So Jackson and I are gonna take one step into the kitchen here, and we're gonna volley back to each other. This is kind of like, I don't know if you've seen the Cara Black drill for tennis against the wall, where she goes forehand, backhand. We're gonna do something similar, where we're gonna have really compact swings, and we're just gonna go to each other here. The key here is we're not taking too big of a swing. This can start to erase some of those bad tennis habits of those big follow through and big backswings. All right, so now we're gonna get into some set plays that tennis players should run on the pickleball court to make their life easier. The first one we're gonna go over is the shake and bake. So when the serving team hits that first serve, they're gonna get their third, they're gonna drive it. The person who isn't driving the third is gonna disconnect and look to take that next ball out of the air. The reason this is so good for tennis players is they already have that natural dippy drive, and so we wanna capitalize on that. So that's the shake and bake. When your partner's driving that ball, getting it to dip, look to find offense on that next ball. All right, so the next play that we're gonna go over is the return and pinch. So my partner is gonna take this return down the line. I'm gonna slide over to this middle and look to take the next one out of the air. This is going to allow my partner with those tennis swings to hit a nice return. And then also I can get big, take a big swing and look to be aggressive on this next ball. All right, so now the third play that we're gonna talk about is the net attack and slide. In tennis, I see a lot of tennis players, you wanna slide in doubles with your partner. In pickleball, you only wanna slide when the ball is on the other side of the net. So we're gonna use that sliding, but be a little bit more specific with it here. So the two other things that I think are super important when coming over from tennis to pickleball is the strategy component. There's just a lot more thinking on the court in pickleball, looking at people's tells, looking at what shots they're comfortable with, uncomfortable with. And then secondly, pattern recognition. When I first started playing pickleball, I would speed up somewhere and they would be sitting on it. We'd have a hands battle, and I just felt like I was losing a lot of them because they were anticipating that ball better. So doing some preparation and practice of anticipation, so speeding up, figuring out where that ball is going is super crucial as well. All right, so some of the strategy we're gonna talk about is which side of the body players are more comfortable with. Also looking at where to dink the ball. A great spot is the inside foot. If I'm on this left side, you kind of jam them with this knee. A deep dink that they let bounce is also super effective. Those are some of the things to start looking for, along with those set plays of like shrinking the court is also super key. We're gonna get into that here in a few live points as well. So as soon as I found that inside foot, we were able to get offense on it. Finding that inside foot there is a really effective spot as well. So there, I've seen Jackson sat a couple times before on his backhand. So identifying that, and then he left that forehand side open. Being aware of people's tendencies is super key. Thanks for joining me on this journey from tennis to pickleball. The strategy is something that you're constantly learning. The way the game is developing, pickleball strategy is so nuanced, and it's so much fun learning this. And coming from that tennis background, the players who are the students of the game and really down to learn, figure out patterns, figure out strategies, are the ones who are really gonna succeed in the sport of pickleball. Thanks for watching. Tui Nation out. Thank you to my sponsors, Zaya Active, The Pickler, for sponsoring this video. Also, all of my other sponsors' links, including theirs, are below, so you can get paddle discounts, clothing discounts, Pickler membership discounts, the works. Go check it out, and remember to subscribe for bi-weekly videos dropping here.